Good afternoon, everyone. Got to head home from work and do a little recording. It's been raining pretty heavy. I'm hoping that I don't get in a downpour, but I actually do have some frog togs, and they work really good. Got them in my backpack. But it's been hailing pretty heavy in places around, and I've heard reports, so I'm hoping I don't get in some of that. It's a pretty good thing to know whenever you ride a motorcycle is to know where all the canopies are, like where all the gas stations are, car washes, and a place to get under. It's a nice day. The weather's warm. It's around 70 degrees or more. I am using this Drift HD Ghost to record, but now it is waterproof, but I don't believe it's waterproof whenever you're using the external mic like I am, because you got that opened up and the mic plugged in. Well, there's a place for water to get in, so if it does start raining pretty, I'll have to pull over and shut the thing off and put the camera up. But I'm hoping it doesn't do that today. I think maybe there's some other people around this town that maybe will buy some more dual sports. There's a friend of mine, he bought a CRF250L, a 2014 model. They have them on sale right now if you can. And now's the time to buy, because they got the 2015s coming out, and the 2014s they're wanting to get rid of them. So he actually bought his for $39.99. Mine was $44.99. The 2015 model is virtually the same, but I did see a new picture of the 2015 model, and it has, the one I saw has different graphics. Other than that, it's pretty much unchanged. I've had this bike now for let me look here. Push the right button. You can see I got, I don't know if you can see on the video, but I have 3,000 miles, a little over 3,000 miles. And of course it's been problem free. I've maintained it, I've changed the oil, I've had the valves adjusted. My tires are still fairly good at 3,000 miles, the original tires. I have a new set of tires waiting to be put on when these are wore out, but I don't see no sense in changing them until they are wore out. So I'd like to get this summer out of these tires maybe another 1,500 miles to 2,000 miles if I can get that, and then put the new tires on. That'd work great, because then I'll be coming up on the winter with the new tires. And if there is any snow or anything, I can get around a little better in the snow. Because 95% of the time I ride this thing, and I ride it year round to work and back. The cold weather, is not bad. I got a MSR jacket and it does a good job of keeping me warm. I have chaps that I put on my legs and boots. I got these Fox antifreeze gloves, which they do a real good job. I've only tried them out a few times when the temperature was 14 degrees Fahrenheit, and they done a good job. Right now I'm using them even in the warm weather because they have a liner that you can take out of them and use them even in warmer weather. There's still a few more things I'd like to get on the bike. Still have a stock exhaust. I haven't made up my mind on an aftermarket exhaust like a FMF-Q series exhaust because of the noise. I sure do enjoy the quiet. And I would like to get a skid plate. I don't want to go changing a lot. I gotta change the turn signals and the tail light to get rid of that big mud flap and tail light on the rear. But I don't want to go changing a lot from stock. I really don't need no more power. The stock seems fine to me. Stock gearing's not bad. And people say it's better in the woods, but I don't have no problem in the woods. I go up actually in, it's what I call hardwoods, which is up in the woods where it's not a road where you drive vehicles. It's just a motorcycle trail through the woods that me and my son have made. I ride it up in there. It does just fine up and down the hills. I ride around in first gear, you know, in most of it because it's slow. There's a lot of trees. It's not a fast trail or anything. This town here is the town of Exeter that I'm going through right now. Cassville's where I started out. But yeah, a few things I'd like to put on here. I would like to get actually a ram ball system to mount stuff to, where I could change it out to have different mounts, for one for my iPhone and one for if I use the GPS or anything else that you can use a ram ball. There's lots of different options you can do. It looks like I might make it home without the rain. I got about 3 miles more to go. So I believe I might make it home before the rain comes back again and I get drenched. People think, well, you're crazy if you ride a motorcycle when it's raining. I've always ridden in the rain, street bikes. I do like the dual sport better. I think the tires, these tires work good for rain. I be careful. I've realized it's a different riding style. You know, when it's raining, the roads are wet. You don't ride like you do when it's on dry pavement. Now keep watching my videos because I do have some ideas of some good rides I want to show you, and some trails of some good dual sport rides in this area. There's one place outside of Cassville that it's called Rock Creek. And it's a good ride for dual sport. It's fire trails, but it does have some rough sections in it for anybody that's a little unexperienced, but there's always a good way around the rough part, so it's nothing too extreme. I mean, that's part of a dual sport ride to me, is not just all riding on paved roads, is also going off-road. But I do have some good ideas on some rides to show you guys, and so keep watching the videos. I'll have a few posted. Now that the weather's warmed up and I have time to go on them. The nice thing about a dual sport is I can ride this way, back roads, I can ride dirt roads, I can go, like I say, to Rock Creek after work, and I can run through there. When I was dirt biking was a lot of fun, but I always have to go home, load the bike on a trailer, or throw it in the back of the truck, haul it to the riding area. This thing here, I can take off from work, I go ride, and then head back home without all that. And the good thing about the CRF250L is the fuel mileage. I've not considered yet buying an IMS tank or anything. I don't know for local, I don't go on big long rides, or I haven't, so I don't realize that a need for a big tank. It's not, usually what I do on this thing is I run it to around 100 miles and go ahead and put gas in it. That's a pretty good number. But on my DR650 SE, of course, it didn't have the fuel gauge, so you had to go by 100 miles and go put gas. The nice thing about this one is it does have the fuel gauge, and you don't actually have to pay attention to the miles. Just keep an eye on your fuel gauge. So for anybody looking for a good dual sport, I definitely recommend the CRF250L. I've ridden others, and I've owned a lot of bikes besides Honda. I always come back to Honda. Honda's always been my favorite, and the reason why is because after several years of mechanicking, you learn that Honda's attention to detail when they make something is second to none. Honda's detail, when they make something, they do it right, and Honda don't just build something and throw it out there. It's tested, and they make sure that it's right before they put it out there. So that's why I know when I went and bought the CRF250L that I was going to buy something good, and I wouldn't have to worry about it. So after 3,000 miles, so far it's proven to be, I have no complaints whatsoever. I don't have a complaint about the power. I don't have a complaint about the fuel mileage. I don't have a complaint about anything. It's been a great bike, and I feel like I'm going to enjoy making a lot of videos in the future of rides and some reviews on things I do, and I enjoy your guys' feedback too. Please leave comments and subscribe to the channel. Click on like, because that's what makes a difference. If I see that people like it and they're making comments or subscribing, well, then I'm going to make more videos. And so the more I see, don't just watch the video. Please click on the subscribe and like, leave a comment, good or bad, hopefully good. I'll catch y'all in another video.